So I have a job interview tomorrow. I am technically qualified. I have many years that line up with what they're looking for. And I absolutely feel like I have no chance to get it. This is me in an imposter syndrome moment. And all due to the fun irony that yesterday I recorded an episode, which will follow this, about me and my imposter syndrome. I don't know why I've talked myself out of being able to, go for this role. It's been almost 5 weeks since I initially applied. It's been a real slow process. This is a company overseas. I haven't worked in that market in over 20 years. And I found out for the interview, they're putting the very senior people, the VP of engineering, the CTO, and this is a large company. And I'm used to working in what I would feel smaller companies doing less significant things. And obviously, what I'm doing is significant if they are putting those two people in front of me to interview me tomorrow. But instantly, I am going, oh my gosh, they're going to find out I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. Um, it's not true. I do know what I'm talking about, but and I did a practice interview, and the feedback was keep it concise, keep it professional, avoid this, avoid that. And that's where the imposter syndrome kicked in because I'm like, I can't. This is how I talk. This is my normal way of talking. You're asking me to be somebody different. I can't be somebody different. Oh my gosh, they're going to hate me. I'm not going to get this job. I'm wasting everyone's time. What should I do? Should I just not go? It sucks. I'm going to go. I'm going to do the interview. I'm going to do the best I can. And I will try to match the energy level they give me and potentially tone down my energy level. But I am so much more used to like a conversational, easy flowing New Zealand style of interview. This is intimidating, but I can't believe that here I am with this in this moment after recording the episode yesterday. And yep, I can't stop it. I can't stop the imposter syndrome in me. So here's my episode from yesterday. That little voice that tells you you're not good enough, no matter how long you've been at it. 25 years in, it's still there every single day. It amazes me. This is what we call imposter syndrome. And I have it, always have. I feel like there are two types of people: those who doubt everything, and then those who doubt nothing. And I can't figure out which one's more dangerous. So for me, this really rang true recently because I'm on a new job search. And when I think of my CV and the skills I've done, there's one thing I've never really highlighted. And it's because I feel like an imposter doing it. Well, I've been making games for years. I've been making them since I was a teenager, and I've been professionally making them for probably nearly 20 years. So, however, I've never really mentioned it in job interviews. I've never won an award, or I'm not even acknowledged by the local scene. I'm just a creator with a day job, and making games is my side hustle. It's something that, you know, other people I always feel wouldn't take seriously. And then, as for the last 3 months, when I knew I was going into unemployment, I've been unemployed for 2 months, longest ever in 25 years. I started going through the analytics of my games, and I was working on them, doing some updates, and I realized across all the years, I have had 500,000 people download and play my games. But yet I still feel like, oh, I'm just faking. This is just not a real gig. This is, maybe they downloaded it by accident. Maybe they just accidentally, pulled it down. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? How many times have I accidentally downloaded and played a game? Not a lot. So I guess even though the I feel like I haven't made it, the reality is I actually have done all right, but I'll still feel like if I'm in a room of game developers, I'm going to feel like the odd man out. Even though these guys may have been doing it for just a handful of years, but they work for a game studio. They're real game developers. They're doing game jams. They must be more real than me. But it's not true. I can't let myself pat myself on the back for that. And it's so weird. Uh, when I think of like what I've done at my work, I was a foundational engineer. Yeah, I don't know if they didn't give me that title, but when I look back at what I did is I built the initial versions of their client facing websites and mobile apps. I built the backend integration systems. I built all the core software. It's about 13 different products across things. And one thing, I was never getting given proper credit nor ownership of that. So I have found out that like I have worked with managers, and it's usually managers, there's other people as well, who have the opposite of me, where they believe that by being around technology and technologists or any systems in general, through osmosis, they become an expert and therefore don't actually have to do any of the work because they are an expert. They could say enough buzzwords to get past the people who don't know anything. And in their mind, they actually are the domain experts. And that's the weird thing because they're not, but they believe they do. And that's why they don't give credit because, well, of course, you know, the mobile apps are out or the website's up and the backend systems work because it was their idea. They're the ones who obviously put it together, even though, you know, some devs built it, but it was really their drive that got it done. So with me being around managers like that for years and years and years, my imposter syndrome grew and it grew and it grew. It got to the point where that dominated everything I do, which is why I push down other things. My managers would think my games are a joke. They would, you know, they'd roll their eyes and go, oh, well, of course you're doing that, you know, so that made me feel like, okay, let me hide this. Let me not talk about this stuff. And yeah, that's just how it's grown. So the imposter syndrome for me though is a good thing. Uh, it's what drives me because I feel like I'll never know everything that's out or what I do. I'm not good enough at this. So it forces me to really just pick up new things and find a new challenge and get in there and try to understand it because I need to outpace the people around me. Otherwise, they're going to figure out I'm a fraud and I'm in trouble. 25 years, I still think I'm a fraud. I still feel like I'm faking it. It's amazing. Um, We all know the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know if we all know the full saying, jack of all trades, master of none, beats master of one. And for me, that is what I embrace, and I'm proud of that. Um, Push yourself. You have to push yourself, but don't punish yourself. Go out, try things, and fail. Fail is so important. If you're not failing, you're not living. If somebody went out and said the first time he hit a golf ball, he hit it perfectly and never had to train or practice ever again, that would be the most boring golfer to watch. Like, people need to make mistakes to learn. If you, through osmosis, can do everything without actually learning it, well, that's amazing. But I don't think that's true. So where is it? For me, where do I end this? It's kind of that. As I mentioned before, I have aphantasia, meaning I can't visualize things, and I have honoralia, meaning the only voice in my head is me. It's my voice. So when I hear that imposter, boy, it's me talking to myself real loud, and that's really annoying. But that's okay. I am proud of the work I've done. I know it's good work, even though that imposter keeps telling me that you know, they're going to figure it out. Somebody better is going to come along, all this. My name is Michael, and I'm a creator with a day job.